What is up, guys? Welcome to another episode of Dave Reviews, and today we're going to be going over Jujutsu Kaisen Modulo, Chapter 10, titled Majority Vote. So we added the backstory. We see that Deborah was not Dora, but he was Dora's best friend, and he had to end them. But then they got this mole, this ore, that I'm sure if the Earthlings of today are made aware of, they'll do everything in their power. They'll do everything in their power to extract that in conjunction with the cursed energy and just power. It's just power, bro. It's same old story. People in charge just doing things that just power hungry. I mean, Deborah with all his power and all this mold that can make spaceships because it's just, I don't know, effectively nanotech, the Green Lantern ring. You just making up whatever construct you want, which is absolutely crazy. So if that's something that any of them, meaning the Samorians or Rebolians, it doesn't matter. If any of them can do that, I don't know. And then what's Deborah's technique? Or did he just give Dora the hands? Just straight up. Just straight up hands. Because he definitely wasn't using his full power allegedly, so I don't know, man. It's all bad. It's all bad. But we're going to hop into it. Says, can we really allow this? So he's watching the fight, or they're all watching the fight. Says, meaning, says, don't you think we're letting the aliens get away with too much? I heard it was the Samorians who refused your suggestion for escort, Usami. Says, all that happened in this case was that both sorcerers were incapacitated, which shouldn't have happened. But here you are now. Says, so Special Envoy Marulu stepped in to resolve the situation. Nothing more to it. I mean, that's true. It says, but when the second year Tsurugi Okotsu attempted to intervene, Special Envoy Marulu tried to harm him. That was gross. That was gross, but they don't know that. Delete the part of the video that shows Maru and Tsurugi. So, what? I deleted it. Usami, I swear I deleted it. Wait, so how does he know that then? Yeah, how does he know that then if he deleted the footage? Somebody's an informant. It says, according to Article 7 of the Jujutsu regulations, the Samorians should be categorized as threats. Now, somebody's got ulterior motives. It says, not according to the Hakari provision. Hakari provision? It's like he's just out here doing whatever he want to do. He ain't really officially a part of us. He's just out here doing this underground fighting. But he's got a special provision because he took place in this fight against Sukuna. And he held off, I think it was Arume. He held off the isolating. And that was the end of that. And he was immortal. Is he still alive? It says, huh? The Hakari provision says, a long time ago, there was talk about making Jujutsu battles into performances as a form of public gambling. It's true. It says, what? The government made the existence of cursed spirits public due to the culling game. So Article 8's secrecy clause basically lost all meaning. You was trying to politic and they got smarter. It says, and the plan for performances was scrapped too. It says, how could they think it ever get approved? It says, man, it was a different time. Stuff was happening. Stuff was happening. It says, anyway, the Hakari provisions was created when they made preliminary revisions to the Jujutsu regulations. It includes a clause allowing sorcerers to engage in paid combat. So they pay cross or something like that? Like, it's no problem? It says, I had no idea. Well, that's because nowadays you never run into that provision unless you're getting hired as a personal bodyguard. It says, Special Envoy you can make a good living like that. It says, Special Envoy Marulu, Tsurugi Okotsu, and Yuka Okotsu have all signed contracts with me. JJ. Oh, he got the paperwork. He might be a lawyer. Oh, he might be a lawyer. It says, and under the Hakari provisions, there's no problem, or he might have got some advice from some legal counsel. It says, and under the Hakari provision, there's no problem with Jujutsu battles between contracted individuals. Dang. Wow. Says, sign this for me. Says in Japanese. Says, yes. At least read it first. No, you sign that. You sign that right now. It says, that's ridiculous. Only sorcerers approved by the Jujutsu headquarters are allowed to engage in combat for hire. Says, well, Maru was hired as a general bodyguard. Yeah, man, he's killing you right now. Says, are you trying to say this was all an accident caused by a latent sorcerer? Bro, who are you working for? Why are you pushing this so hard? You don't want to smoke with these aliens, bro. You don't want to smoke with the Romulians, specifically Deborah. But if you got a Yuji up your sleeve, why not just we got to make some money off these fights, and if Yuji's the one out here scrapping, then we gonna make plenty of money. Oh yeah, it's been a while since we had something worth people to pay for now. There's like all these other sorcerers is apparently trash. It says a latent sorcerer is someone who uses jujutsu unknowingly. Incidents caused by latent sorcerers are treated with leniency, so they're usually not punished. That's smart, because you never know when somebody's going to awaken. It says, I'm telling you, this is ridiculous. It should be a known fact that Samorians wield cursed energy. Yes. It says, we don't know for certain if that's true for all Samorians. Why are you going out of your way to side with the Samorians? It says, why are you going out of your way to side against them? Because in diplomacy, once they stop taking you seriously, it's all over. They've already kept us in check once. It's time for us to demonstrate the power of our own deterrent. We need to find Yuji Itadori. So he's just out here delivering hands to whomever, whenever. Old man Yuji walking through the crowds, bro, walking against the crowd. You get out of his way. You get out of his way. You don't find Yuji, Yuji finds you. That's how that happens. Says, it's all over once they stop taking us seriously. Says, sure, that may be true for an individual or a private company, but that kind of mindset doesn't apply to international relations. Says, if you want to stir things up just to feel like you're getting something done at work, then that's your own business. Like, don't come over here starting that trash, bro. You want to do it on your own time, don't do it on company time. Don't do it on my time. Because if you do, we gonna make sure that you get out of here. you get out of here. You be the first one to line up for this fight that you asking for. Says, but don't drag the rest of us or the country into it. Exactly. 50,000 of these motherfuckers in the sky, bro. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? You want to scrap with them? We got to tiptoe around this. That's just what it is. Oh, show a weakness. Shut up. Shut up. Says, apologize to him for me later, will you? I guess. Whatever. Says, I don't think you were in the wrong here, Sami. Says, but I don't think searching for Yuji Itadori would hurt either. Plus, hey, you mentioned his name, you better show him. you mentioned his name, you better show him. And if they looking for him, that means he's just out here just running hands. Perhaps, just with whoever. I'm a wanderer. I'm a wanderer who dishes out hands to any cursed spirit because I'm still a cog in the wheel. It doesn't matter how old I am, sucker. Cog in the wheel still gonna be putting hands on him. Says, oh boy. But yes, it would not hurt either. Because you know what he is. He's the strongest. He is the strongest. Current day, sucker. Says nothing good ever comes from making enemies of your own people. That's true, you sucker. That's true. But I mean, yeah, because you don't know what he's willing to do. You know who he's willing to make concessions with. So it says, why does an outsider like Deborah get the final say? You know exactly why, because he's got hands. So that ship is just made up of the Romulians and just a one-off Deborah. Man, what else you gonna do? What else are you gonna do? Another old man, another old council fellow says that's how a controlled council system works. And it's crazy, bro. They're just super advanced now. The super advanced technology, like they wearing different attires and everything. Look at this guy, bro. I know he was, if this is the same guy who was like getting whooped up on by Maru or Cross, he looks completely different. It says, how's that any different from a dictatorship? It says, this is what Marulu and Cross decided. So now we just got this organization within their ranks as well. That's not going to bode well for nobody either. They said now that Dura is gone, Deborah is the most qualified to be our chieftain. And they think that because he is an outsider, he can make the most objective decisions. I mean, he's got the mannerisms and temperament for it. He don't want no trouble, but you don't want no trouble with him either, because he will follow up on it. And at this point, if he's really on your side, he's more willing to put that aggression on your behalf. Like, y'all represent as Silmarians and not Rimulians. So, like, that's, some type of unison that's supposed to be there. Says, I'm sick and tired of those brats. That's because they whooped up on you. I hate Cross especially. He thinks he can walk all over me. He did. Yes, he did. It's basically Deborah's fault we got chased off our planet. Come on, bro. Stop all this complaining. But could you really beat him, Osuki? Or the twins, for that matter? No. Yeah, no, you couldn't. So shut up. Says, damn. Says, just stay calm. The decision maker can only veto a council decision twice. That's always politics, bro. Marulu's injury is already common knowledge among the council. We'll get the same majority vote this time, just like before. Oh, Lord. Then we'll finally get what we want. I can't wait to crush this island nation. Says, a country with no military being the point of contact. Don't you see an opportunity like that every day? You don't see an opportunity like that every day. Says, we only have superficial knowledge of Earth's military technology. Luckily for us, the country we're negotiating with is a sorcerer state. If we try to play nice aiming for coexistence, they'll just think we're weak and we'll get stolen from again. We should take a strong stance, even if it means confrontation. How are you saying that, bro? How are you saying that? Like, y'all had the Callians and yourselves against the Discount. But instead of going and fighting them, you left. Only to come here to a nation of sorcerers, which can do you don't know what, but they can do something. But again, they don't know what you can do. So it's just like, do you really want to take that chance? Do you really want to take that chance? You wasn't willing to fight at your home planet, but you gonna come here and fight on a foreign planet. That's crazy talk. But that's all because you think that they weak. But you can't even beat the people within your ranks. And you ain't seen really what nobody of any rank can do who is a sorcerer. He's wild. He's just talking out his ass. Says, first we need to set up an autonomous zone in their capital. Says, I won't budge on that. Says, and this time we'll be like the Discunt. I'll never let someone steal from us again. Look at this sucker, bro. You might as well have joined them. You might as well have joined the Discunt, bro. If they let you, can I just join y'all, bro? But they probably will whip their ass. But that's the point. Says, Jabaloma, why are you withholding your answer about whether or not we should coexist with the Earthlings? Asks Cross. Says, why? Because you're doing the same. That's true. Says, I mean, so are you just following his lead? Says, you're not sure what to do either, Cross. Says, that's why you disguised yourself as Morrow to learn more about us. Dang. Read you like a book. Am I wrong? Says, you and I carry 10 votes each. Wow. So if we vote for coexistence, then surely it will be overturned. It will overturn what's been the majority decision until now. So they have not wanted coexistence, majority speaking. I suppose Deborah could veto it again, though. Okay, so he only gets 2 vetoes. Says, you decide, and I shall follow your lead. Says, but don't you have your own wishes on the matter, Jabaloma? Says, entrusting to others is plenty valid as a wish. See, I thought he was on some BS because he looked like he was, but the other old guy or old council guy is probably on more at that time than he is. It's crazy. I can trust this smile, seemingly. But at the same time, I don't know. I feel like he might turn his back on him. So they're going having this vote. I'm assuming he's voting to coexistence. So the kid with the balloon says, thanks. Says, I'm sorry. Says, let's put an end to all that, Cross. And then Dura, cities and villages were all once built on the ideals of someone long ago. And he's looking at his city, and he's looking at the destruction of said city from things that people took from him. And the rubble in that face tells you that he wants vengeance and he wants to steal himself. So there's a smile there, and then the smile goes away. Says, we have reached a majority vote. And look at this dude, Deborah, bruh. Like, bruh, is this all inside the spaceship? That's wild. It's literally just like a slim rectangle. But wow, the space in there is crazy. We will strive for coexistence with the Earthlings. It says, our first step toward this goal should be better understanding Japan, the representative country of Earth. Let us set up discussions and cultural exchanges with them to facilitate that. It says, wait a minute. Cross, Jabaloma, you were against coexistence before. Can't things change? I had some discussions with some people. I see some things. I see some different lights. So just let me do what I'm going to do. Says, no, we were holding our judgment until now. Sucker. Says, Maru isn't here. This vote should be invalid. You know which way Maru's going to vote. He already clearly stated his stance in favor of coexistence before this meeting. He sure did. Says, Deborah, what will you do? Yeah, Deborah's like, it sounds fine to me. As he's flicking what seems to be crud out of his fingers, bro, he could care less. Whatever, this is what I wanted. I vetoed it the last time, all right? Coexistence. If I have to murderize everybody, I will. Though he doesn't know that there's a UT. But whenever he'll do his damnedest to do so. Like, I feel like they should just come together, bro, and just whip up on cursed spirits. That just seems like the logical. Y'all want to fight? Here's a whole zone right here, cursed spirits. Have at it. Have at it. Says, damn you, all you ever do is deny our wishes. Your wishes, not everyone else's. Conflict or invasion, but to put it bluntly, can be done at any time. That's true. That's true. You want conflict? Fine. That can happen anytime. If it pops off, I'm here. Okay? Sucker, like you not strong. Shut up. Shut up. Says, however, once we begin an invasion, there will be no further chance to properly understand each other. That's right. Let me get the information, bro. Let me get the information. I ain't coming for military tactics and stuff like that. Not yet, anyway. So let's get to know each other first. Didn't we leave Samuria in search of our neighbors to begin with? He's right. He's right, bruh. Like, his demeanor is so different from what I thought. Like, if he ends up fighting Yuji, bro, like, Yuji's always in these fights, like, where he's, like, has somebody who's like, do I really gotta fight you? Do I really? Why can't we just work together? He seems like he's on that same time, but he will. He will, if pushed, put you down. So will Yuji. So will Yuji. It says, Cross, I deeply respect you. It says, please don't say that. I'm just tired, that's all. Hey, man, tired of all the fighting, tired of losing stuff, and you like Yuka, which you have 6 months for. So they're looking. Sternly in focus. It says, when I first heard they were driven from their planet after losing a duel, I wasn't convinced. It says, but now I understand he wasn't the one who lost. They lost to him. Yeah. Because, like, you're like, that's what we was like. How did y'all lose if you had him? Oh, he wasn't on y'all side. Okay, that's how y'all lost. That makes more sense. It says, Kallians die eventually, right? So every time a Kallian dies, Romulians, says Kallians are immortal. So they don't die from natural causes. They can only be killed. What? Wait, so they live forever, but they're immortal, so you can kill them. But how? Says, wow, no wonder you all treat them as sacred beasts then. But how? What exactly are they? I guess we'll never know. But it's weird because it's like you think that, like, by them having cursed energy, there would be like some cursed spirits or accumulation of that. But that doesn't seem to be the case. But now that they're in Japan, like, would that be a thing that happens? Why is it different, yet the same? I don't understand. Says, regarding the cultural exchange, I'm thinking maybe a dinner party would be good. What do you think? That good food will always do it. You ask Beerus. Says, that sounds wonderful. I'll send Maru and Cross to help with preparations. Says, can I count on you two for us then? Says, huh? Says, we can't cook anything fancy though. Says, we. Says, we'll give you all the guidance you need, of course. So there's tools and utensils there. Says, Yuka's and Maru's deli kitchen. Well, those two seem like they can't cook, so that's fine. Says, the what now? And look at that. Cross and Tsurugi on the same page. Love key. Now it's a group of 4, and now they should be able to whip up on anybody effortlessly, because it's Jump Kaisen. Says, the what now? Says, you've never heard of that old cooking show? It's gotten super popular again. Says, I only did what she told me to do. Says, you sound like some delinquent's lackey. Says, first, let's make sure there aren't any problems with our list of foods. Then we just have to make them and taste them. Says, what do you mean problems? You know, if Sumerians have any kind of allergies, or if Romulians avoid certain foods due to their religion. I like how she distinguished between the two. Says, oh, right, there might be some meats that are similar to Kalians. Says, do you guys even eat meat? Says, oh, you don't have to go to so much trouble. Every Kalian's form is unique. What? Romulians eat livestock raised for meat as well as you Earthlings what you call Earthlings call fish. How is this so similar? And every Kalian's form is unique? Bro, are y'all sure y'all are creating them or something? That just sound... Are the Kalians gonna come to y'all at some point? Or did y'all just leave them there? If they die in Samuria, like, do you still cry? So it says, oh, so you had oceans. Says, of course they did. Oceans are the source of all life. Says, there were no sharks though. That's true. Every planet has water. Not every planet has water, but like where there is water, there can be like some life sustained. So straight water though, H2O. H2O is the same. Says, whoa, we don't have any flour-based dishes on the list. Says, it's not just Japanese food though, so maybe that's why. Says, sure, but how can you skip that stuff? It's criminal. Said, true, those foods are popular in other countries as well. Says, flour-based dishes? Says, you know, like that takoyaki we ate together. What the heck? What is it they make? Oh, that's takoyaki. Oh, so he's just like, yeah, through all the galaxy, I've never experienced a taste like this. Dude's just drooling. Says, Cross, takoyaki is delicious. He's like, we must have this. We must have this, brother. Says, is Maru super picky? Does he have weird tastes? Says, no, not really. Says, then other Sumerians should like it too. Says, all right, our cultural exchange is going to be a takopa. Says, oh, is that a new word you made up for a takoyaki pastry? Fantastic. Says, you're such a smarty pants, Takosuki. Says, now that that's settled, it's time to go shopping for the fillings. Says, fillings? Says, it's like this. Says, yeah, you can put all sorts of things inside like mochi. Mochi? And they're looking. Is this just a thought that he had? Says, I'm not sure about this. I mean, yes, that would be weird to just look at them just eating like this all together. But how do they usually eat? Definitely not with chopsticks. But at the same time, so the next chapter is going to be them eating some good food and stuff. I guess. You got to take it slow. They're trying to have some type of unison, but you already see that within individual ranks, people are trying their best to cause problems, as always. And you know somebody's going to succeed. They're going to link up together. But they're looking for Yuji, wherever he may be. Maybe he's looking for a specific curse, but nah, I just think he's just that cog in the wheel, man. Like, he's like, I'm not a part of y'all organization like that. Y'all can call on me when you need something, but you got to find me. I'm not easily accessible. Just like Gojo. Gojo's going to do whatever he wants to do. And it just seemed like Yuji goes around with this hood on, bro. He just goes around with his hood on, bro, and delivers vicious hands to those who don't suspect it. That's what it is. Just effectively a hitman. Cog in the wheel. The strongest hitman. But no, that's the end of the chapter, guys. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. And check out some of the other content on the channel. Past that, catch you guys on the next one. Peace.